I gotta go to the club, like no joke. What is going on, girl? We have a lot to talk about. Today we are doing a mic'd up workout and I'm gonna do legs, I think, and then I'm gonna do a little bit of HIIT at the end to show you guys a little bit of HIIT workouts that I've been doing in my garage. I'm gonna do legs, I'm gonna show you guys everything I do. I'm gonna try to like kind of explain a little bit while we're doing it. And if you would like a tour of my home gym and you're curious to know where I got all my stuff from my home gym, there's a video on that. Ooh, it's currently 107 degrees outside. If you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Girl, we are here every Sunday. We're low-key gonna like talk a little bit about Love Island. Hold on, let me get into that first. Let me get into Love Island first because by the time this come out, there's gonna be a lot more episodes out. But let me just tell you guys right now my opinion. First of all, I just don't think you should be on a TV show if you have a child. Like, that's just my personal opinion. And then also, I don't know, like, I don't think that this Huda girl should be falling in love with someone when they met 4 days ago. I think that's kind of crazy. And also, guys, I can never go on Love Island because I just can't kiss that many people. Like, sorry, do we not get mono? Do these girls are not getting UTIs? Why am I in a bathing suit every day? I don't know. These are just my thoughts. I do also think Team Shelly, I hope she wins. She's a stunning. She's stunning, and so is Alondra. I like how she clocks it. Alondra is like, clock that T. Clock it. That's what I think. Let's get started. I'm actually not very excited for this because I'm already super sweaty. Let's do it, girl. Let's do it. The first exercise we're going to be doing is a little bit of squats. I'm not planning on going heavy. I just want to get my body moving. I just want to do like reps. I'm not going for weight. I'm going for reps on these because my legs are kind of tired and I'm not really trying to like PR. You don't need to lift a gajillion pounds in order to build muscle. That's not how that works. I don't think you need to be able to like PR freaking 415 on a bar. I train to be hot girl fit. And that's it. So we're gonna warm up a little bit and then we're gonna just kind of go straight into it. When I do squats, feet are like shoulder width apart. I know that depth is like a big thing. A lot of people want to be like, oh my God, how low can you go? As long as you break parallel, that is fine. But I like to make sure that I drive my knees out. Do not bring your knees in. We do not want any of that. But I go pretty low, but I do practice stretching a lot. I do a couple warm-up sets. Stretch my legs, get them nice and ready to go. And then we're gonna add on 25, do that. Then we'll move up to a plate and we'll wrap it about 10 to 12 reps because we're not really going for weight, we're going for reps. And I'm just gonna do 3 sets. All right, warm-up sets are done. We're at a plate. We're just gonna go for 10 to 12 reps, nice and slow and controlled, not rushed. Squats are not needed to build any sort of gains, but I'm in my home gym and I don't have machines and you can do anything with free weights. So always sticking to the basics and not trying to break my back by trying to lift too much weight. Lifting just to lift and be healthy and feel strong. Practice your breathing on the way down. Wow, these squats feel good, really smooth. I am not a big person on counting reps. I just go, I just work out. I don't overthink the reps. I don't overthink anything. I just go until I feel good. It's really hot and that's why I'm like dying, but born and raised here, so I'll be fine. Those felt really good. I'm gonna do another set and then I'm gonna move on to hip thrust after that. My key tips on squats are just to make sure you don't have to be super wide and you also don't need to be super close. I like personally shoulder width apart. I like to make sure that I drive my knees out on the way down and make sure that my hips are nice and open. Your hips are the key to everything in having a good squat. If your hips are tight, you are not going to get a good squat. And some people I see struggle with squats and it's because if I tell them to squat down without a weight on, they can't even do it. They feel like it's really tight for them to drive their knees out. So that means we have to really work on hip mobility and hip stretching, because that is the main key to doing any type of squat or any type of movement. You want to make sure not to excessively lean forward. You want to stay straight up most of the time. Not straight, not like directly straight up, but you guys know what I mean. Kind of straight up. And that is my biggest key for doing squats. If you cannot do squats, don't do squats. Do leg press. 100% if you have access to a gym, do leg press over squats. But home gym, that's what I'm doing. All right, guys, we're gonna talk about hip thrust. Hip thrust is not about how much weight you can throw on the bar and lift up. That is absolutely not what you want to do. And I see a lot of videos like that. And a lot of times you throw your head as far back as you can to lift it up and use all the pressure to lift up. That is not what we want to do at all when it comes to doing a hip thrust. Form over everything. And you want to make sure that you're getting high quality reps in. Sometimes people say, oh my God, my glutes aren't growing, but I just lift all this weight. That's probably because maybe the technique is lacking in some sort of way. When you do hip thrust, shoulder width apart is where you want to be. Your glutes are actually coming around to the front of your body, actually. I feel as if a lot of people just do this. You see how my body is like, my back is like not even following what I'm doing, and I'm just going like this. I want my whole entire body to follow me down, and I want to drive up through those hips. And all of us girls have this very easy, most of us, hip flexion. And so when you come up, you want to think about tucking your tailbone under. And that's why a lot of my videos, people say, how are you doing hip thrusts like that? And it's because I'm using my core to bring it up, and I'm tucking my tailbone under and up and through, and driving through my hamstrings and my glutes. You should feel this in your hamstrings and your glutes, no matter how much weight you put on. Even if I just do this movement, I'm feeling it in my glutes, and I want to tuck. Oh, tuck. I never want to see your head get thrown back during this movement. I want this to be controlled as possible. It's harder to do when the weights are free weight like this, and the hip thrust machine is much easier to do, so you can load a lot more weight on there. But technique, technique, technique. Tuck your tailbone in, because that's what I think about, and that's what helps me when I'm trying to do hip thrusts. If I just think about throwing my hips up in the air, that's gonna lead me to leaning my head back. So feet at 90 degrees. And I want to bring my butt as low to the ground with my body as possible. It burns, even though I'm only doing one plate. It burns because I am focusing on tucking my tailbone so much. Holy moly. I'm doing 225. At the gym, technically, I would load more weight than this, but since it's free weight, make sure that I'm keeping my form down and controlling the weight. I'm doing this without a song playing, and this is why I don't do mic up workouts, because honestly, it's like, it's so hard for me to work out without music. I don't know what it is. It is so hard for me. Like, my brain cannot lock in. All right, tuck those hips, Golden. Tuck those hips. Oh my God. Do you ever just have like a crash out when you're about to do hip thrust? Because literally, this is me. Every single day when I'm about to do a hip thrust, I literally feel like I'm crashing out. This has to be the worst exercise. Somebody comment down below if you agree with me. If you agree that this is the worst exercise to do. It's so good for you, and it's the reason that I kept my glutes semi through my cut, but I hate it. It's so annoying. They're so annoying, and they suck so bad. Okay, let me not crash out for like 2 seconds. I literally hate this. And I always say in my like TikToks and stuff, I'm always like, I hate hip thrusts. But I don't think you guys truly understand. I truly hate hip thrusts. Like, I'd rather do anything else. I'd rather do Bulgarians all day than do this. Okay, Golden, let's stop complaining and let's do it. And usually I do it to the beat drop too. So it's like, there's no music playing. So I just feel like, oh my God. Okay. Let me like actually get serious for 2 seconds. Mother. Oh my God. On another side note, guys, since I sweat a lot, my pores get clogged, and that's like the acne that I have, and I literally can't get rid of it. And it's not like I'm gonna stop working out anytime soon. And if you're like, well, just wash your face when you're done working out. I do. I don't know what to do anymore. Those make me nauseous. crash out is over, every time I do hip thrust, and then after that, I look at my ass, okay? And then I'm like, oh, maybe it is worth it. Maybe it is worth the crash out. This bodysuit right here, it's from Mini Beast, and this is not sponsored, I love it. I seen a girl wearing it, and I was like, that looks so T on her. So then I got it, and to confirm, it is T. I'm wearing a size small, and now I want to get like a bunch of them because you guys know I love bodysuits. Bulgarian split squat class in session. I know that I'm going behind the light, but my weights are in the way on the other side, so I'm pretty sure you could still see me doing this demonstration. Bulgarian split squats. Let's talk about it. There's two kinds. There's glute focused and there's quad focused. Quad focused is more closer together. Your feet are closer together. For me, since I have issues with engaging my quads, I have to be extremely close. Like, I have to do them like this because I have really bad issues with engaging my quads. I always want to hinge naturally and use my glutes to help me up. But if I want to do quads, I have to stay up and my legs have to be really close together. So more of this movement for me. And for glutes, a little bit farther apart, legs still up. Something that I also do struggle with, and when I do Bulgarians, I always focus on this, is I like to open my hips when I do Bulgarians. And what that just essentially means is that when I go down, because my hips are so loose, I tend to sometimes turn just slightly this way and I open my hips, and I don't want to do that. I want to continuously try to keep my hips square and make sure that my hips are square on the way down, and on the way up, continue square. I do lean forward just a little bit on the glute focused ones. Lean forward, practice on this whole glute right here, and I go ahead and go down and I drive up. I do not want to see you sitting on this bench ever. You trying to do 100 pounds dumbbells, and the only way you can complete it is if you go like this and sit on that back leg and try so hard to get the weight up. Do not do that. Form over weight, like I always say. I want you to bring that knee all the way down here and drive up, and here and drive up. You see, I'm actually opening my hip because I'm just looking at myself in the mirror. Have to stay here and up. That is how you do a Bulgarian. 150, not 2 today because I'm feeling really hot and really tired. Let's see how this goes. We are on the last workout, and I only do 3 to 4 exercises per workout session. You don't want to be doing too much. I'm going to do cardio after this. I'm doing kickbacks because I've really been focusing on my kickbacks and trying to make them better. I have very loose hips, like I was saying, and so my kickbacks sometimes, I also see a lot of girls do this too, where they open up their hips. You are not supposed to open your hips when you are doing kickbacks, not at all. I know there's 3 bajillion ways to do kickbacks, and I do them all. But today we're gonna tabletop. Essentially that means just being bent over and being flat. And then when you kick your leg up, you're like a tabletop. The thing that I want to avoid when doing these is I do not want to be kicking my leg back and opening. You don't wanna just kick your leg back and just throw it and try to open up your whole entire hips. I focus on form. This is how I'm going to be doing the kickbacks. I'm going to, there's a lot of weight on here right now because I'm an overachiever. We're gonna tabletop. I'm gonna use my hands to push up against this pole. I work out with a trainer sometimes because you're not always gonna push yourself as hard as when someone else is pushing you or when you're working out by yourself. And so sometimes when I need an extra push and I'm feeling lazy, I work out. And he was telling me how when you see the Olympians who run track and they have beautiful legs and they just look pristine, is because this is their motion all the time. Same thing with kickbacks. You want to bring that leg forward and you want to drive it back, and you see I want to stay as still as possible. I try to keep it as still as possible, and I'm not rushing through these. All my exercises I go very slow. I don't really try to do it fast. that is gonna be it for this video, you guys. I am so tired right now, one, and two, I'm gonna be posting my HIIT workout on Instagram and TikTok, so if you're not following me there, go there to see my HIIT workout that I do after this video. I was saying that I only do like 3 to 4 exercises per workout. That is very true. I only do about 3 to 4 exercises. I put everything that I have into those 4 exercises. Remember, 80% of this is going to be your diet, so you can do a lot of weight training, but if you are not eating healthy when you are at home and you are going out, then it's kind of very counterproductive. I'm not saying never to eat anything. Balance is key. Those are a few tips that I personally like to think of. Doing squats, if you feel like you can't do them, don't do them. If you feel like hip thrust, if you feel like you're not feeling it in your glutes, I would highly recommend to think about tucking your tailbone in. Stay controlled, stay focused, and move slow. Stop rushing through your workouts. Bulgarian split squats, I do like to make sure that my hip stays square, and same thing with the kickbacks. My hip has to stay very square when I'm doing these exercises because my loose hips like to open up, and then I'm not really fully getting all out of the exercise that I could be getting out of. I am so tired right now. I'm going to drink a protein shake and then do cardio. I need some type of fuel in order to get through cardio. Let me know what videos you guys want to see next. I am so excited for this YouTube thing. When this posts, I will be in Japan. Comment down below if you guys want to see a Japan vlog. I feel like it's super like out of what my niche is. My YouTube, I don't care. I want to post everything. I want to be more than fitness, and I am just unsure if you guys will enjoy a Japan vlog. So let me know.